Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we're watching Young Sheldon. This is the 15th episode of the first season. Hope you guys have been enjoying it so far. If you'd like to watch today's full episode, it is available for free in the link in the description below. Just clicking it, put the password in, and enjoy. Last episode, we learned that Mary's taking a job in the church. She was doing the finances, you know, she'd been offered the position. However, it gives the family a little bit of predicament because, you know, if she was to take this role, then nobody would be home to look after, you know, Missy and Sheldon. Now, they went over to Mima and basically asked, can she do it? And she was like, no chance. You know, I'm enjoying my retirement. I don't want to look after no kids from 3 till 6. That sounds like a you problem. However, Sheldon and Missy, they're old enough, they're good enough to know they can look after themselves. So the family's thinking about it and it's like, you know what, we'll give it a trial run. And they give it a go and Sheldon got a splinter. Now, it could have turned into chaos. It could have been crazy. It could have all gone downhill. However, you know, Missy, she went and got the game operation, got the little tweezers out that you done, and used a magnifying glass, and she slowly pulled it out, and it was a success, you know. Mum come home, obviously she's seen Sheldon's finger bandaged up, she was a bit scared, you know, what's going on? But I would say it was a massive success, you know. Yesterday's episode, they trialled it, and I don't think it went bad at all. To be honest, it looked like the two kids was able to deal with problems and, you know, come out on top using their own initiative, and I feel like it was a success, and I'd be interested to see them two again spend another day together. Thanks for checking out today's episode though. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. If you do, please smash the like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, let's jump into today's episode.
What are you doing?
I heard you could punch a hole in these and make them double-sided.
Then it would have more storage?
Yes, but I didn't pay for a double-sided floppy disk. That girl just took a book on geostatistics.
Yeah, so?
That's not required reading for any science course.
Should we invite her to have lunch with us?
I don't know. So far, it's just been you and me, and we know that works.
You could think of it as an experiment.
Oh, you do know how to push my button.
Hello.
My name is Sheldon.
Yeah, you're Sheldon Cooper.
You know who I am?
Well, there's only one 9-year-old in high school, and you still have your baby teeth.
Would you like to have lunch with me and my friend? Why else? So we can have a spirited conversation about geostatistics.
The addition of Libby brought a level of sophistication to our lunchtime discussion. Her mom also packed extra string cheese, which is a well-known social lubricant.
Agree. Dark and closed spaces are terrifying. I get scared putting on a sweatshirt. I'm leaning towards quantum chromodynamics, but who knows?
What about you?
Oh, geology for sure.
Really? When did you decide that?
A long time ago. Eat your apple slices. Want to join us? It's much better in the cafeteria.
It's quiet and a lot less food gets thrown at us. Bye, Libby. Yo?
I'm assimilating.
He's going to say Sheldon's got a girlfriend at the table.
So how was school today?
Sheldon's got a girlfriend.
I knew it straight
That's
away.
not true.
An older woman. Nice.
Most everybody's older than me. Why is that nice?
So what do you think, George?
If the talk is in regards to human reproduction, I already understand how that works.
How do you know that?
I told him.
And so our little social circle grew from 2 to 3.
Charles Lyell taught Charles Darwin the Earth was much, much older than anyone thought, which gave Darwin the courage to figure out all species evolved over billions of years.
You know spying on kids is creepy?
I wasn't spying on kids, I was spying on your brother. You didn't mention she was black.
Was I supposed to?
No,
Then why bring it up?
it just wasn't what I was expecting.
They've got some books in there about
He
Martin
has
Luther
got
King.
a
Maybe we
true
should go
question
read
though,
one.
isn't it?
Long to believe in continental drift when it's obvious that Africa and South America fit together like a puzzle.
No, they don't.
People didn't understand continental drift because they didn't understand seafloor spreading.
I'm both threatened and delighted by your brain. Libby, that is a good one.
What's going on with him?
No, you've been on the phone with that girl for almost an hour. I did win you over with my superior intellect.
It was your motorcycle, and you know it.
Good thing it wasn't your masculine physique, because that is long gone.
Hey, Georgie, if you ever find a girlfriend, maybe you can go on a double date with your brother.
She's not his girlfriend.
We need to get that Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue away from him before he's ruined forever.
What is happening?
What was happening was, like many men before me, I was being seduced by the exotic world of geology. They also bear a close resemblance to raccoon feces, so I wisely adopted a no-touching tektites policy. I was so proud of Tam for not making an immature cleavage joke.
Look at me. I'm touching cleavage.
Until he made one.
That is pretty mad, that, though, isn't it? You know, it's interesting to see him here, obviously, taking part and enjoying geology. Like, when he was speaking to Bert in the future, he literally didn't care about it. You know what I mean? If it wasn't anything in terms of being a physicist, you know, any other kind of part of science, he didn't really like, did it? And it's interesting to see him here, obviously, being in... Well, he's smitten by this girl. However, I'd like to know her age. No, so the other day I was saying that... how old are Sheldon and Missy? Like, they're like 8 to 10 or something, but it turns out he was 9. So bracketing was pretty good. I don't know how old Tam is, you know, because he's the only 9-year-old in the school, which means Tam is older, you know what I mean? I'm going to say maybe by a year or two. So he could be 10, 12, you know what I mean? 10, 11, 12. But then this girl, Libby, like, how old is she? Because if I put her next to Sheldon, I feel like she looks much older. And then is it weird that, like, they're spending so much time together? Oh, it's not weird, because now I'm saying it. I think it's because it's the parents saying, oh, he's got a girlfriend. Oh, he's got a girlfriend. That they're the ones that have instilled it in my head, when technically, like, being on the phone with your friend and just doing experiments with your friend is sound. There's literally nothing wrong with that. But because they're saying, you know what I mean, like, they're coming into the air, it's then getting in my head. You know, it's like, mate, how old actually is she? When in reality, you know what I mean? They're just all being like science nerds together.
Yeah, I think I figured out the problem.
What is it?
I'm a terrible mechanic.
So, isn't he a little young to be hanging with teenagers?
Oh, he's only young on the outside. Inside, he's an old man. What do you think was going to happen when we sent him to high school?
I don't know. That he'd learn stuff and then come back home and be my baby forever.
What are you doing?
I need to use the bathroom, but it can get uncivilized in there.
Anybody in here? Go ahead. I'll stand guard.
Pete.
That's your problem. Keep moving.
Is there any chance you'd be available to stand guard at 1:45?
You have a bathroom schedule?
You don't?
See you later.
I think the best space shuttle name so far is Discovery.
What about Challenger?
2 in your face.
Atlantis?
A fictional island that couldn't stay afloat? I don't think so.
You know they're playing a space shuttle movie at the Museum of Natural Science. It's in IMAX.
I heard about that. The screen is supposed to be huge.
It's in Houston. How are we gonna get there?
I'll drive.
Oh, I'd love to see a movie with you.
Don't you need to ask your parents first?
No, Sheldon, I don't.
Won't they worry where you are?
They'll be fine.
Why Houston?
I don't know. It's in Mix-Max or something.
So you're saying I got to drive to Houston?
No, this girl Libby's gonna drive.
Great.
Let me get in a car with a stranger when I was young?
Well, nobody ever asked you out, so it didn't really matter.
Wait, my question is, I've said this before, but like, you know, in high school in the US, it's obviously you stay there longer than the UK. In the UK, you finish at 16 and go off and do whatever you want. In the US, I think I've said before that I believe it's like 18. But how old do you have to be to drive? Can you drive, I'm assuming, at 16, 17 or 18 then, if people have got cars in school? You know, that is pretty crazy, to be honest. You know, because everybody in my school was getting the bus or walking. You know, I've not seen one person driving a car. You know, you don't see that. So it would be interesting to see people driving in and out of school. And again, though, I think in another way, it's a way people can get picked on. You know, like somebody could have the world's crappiest car, honestly, fall into bits and they'll get laughed at. But like, the person with the crappiest car that's falling to bits, they've got a car. Most people don't. And it's like, should you not be laughing at the people that don't have one? Do you know what I mean? Like, sometimes, I feel like in it as well, in an education system where you can wear your own clothes. You know what I mean? So, like, I wear this, you wear that, you wear that. Like, it opens up the door for people to get picked on in lesser financially, you know, wealthy families. You know what I mean? Like, somebody can't afford all designer gear when everybody else can. So they come in and get dressed and everyone's like, oh, look at them, look at them. Where if you had a uniform and everybody had to dress the same, everyone's equal. You know, so that's just another thing as well. Because, again, in the UK, you have to wear uniforms. You don't wear whatever you want.
I gave it a lot of thought, and I'm afraid I can't allow you to drive to Houston with your friends. Honey, you're still a little boy. I don't think it's right.
I'm not a little boy. I'm a high school student.
Maybe we can meet your friends there.
I don't want my mommy to take me.
Well, then you're not going.
You remember that, ain't
Anger
you?
is an ugly emotion. Unbridled rage, even more so. I cleaned the house like a man possessed.
I need to get in there.
Poop at me, Moss.
Supposed to do with this?
Send him over to my house before he runs out of gas.
That's what I was saying.
Now, can you please reach the dryer sheets? I get vertigo on the step stool.
You have a beautiful home.
Thank you.
I hope you'll forgive me. I just wanted to meet the person driving my 9-year-old son to Houston. Have you made this trip before?
A few times, yes.
You smoke marijuana?
Mom,
No.
I find this very reassuring. I have to admit, I had some trepidation.
You've got nothing to worry about, Mrs. Cooper. I've been babysitting kids for years.
excuse me. I don't feel well. You'll have to go without me.
Do you reckon it's because he thought like they was gonna be friends, or he actually fancied her a little bit?
No,
You want to talk about it?
not Libby and I were equals, but she thinks of me as a child.
There's other kinds of maturity.
What's up?
None of your business.
Why is he crying?
Again, it's none of your business. Please go.
Fine. Celeste and I know what we are wanted. Regardless, I'm not interested in making any more friends.
Oh, I don't think that's how you really feel.
It is.
I bet when you grow up, you will be surrounded by lots of smart, wonderful friends.
The thing is though, like she could be saying it in terms of the context that she doesn't mean that he's a baby, even though obviously because his age kind of reflects young. I can understand where he's getting that, feeling from, but it's more like she's saying it as in, look, don't worry about it. I babysit loads of people in the past. I'm good at chaperoning. You know what I mean? Like I'm mature. That's basically what his mum was saying. There's different levels. You can be mature like in the brain, or even like some people can be really clever. For example, Sheldon had trouble with that even when he was older. Like he might have been smarter than every single person in terms of like scientific knowledge, but like when it comes to life, like actual living life, like he wasn't that mature in it. Like his social situations was awkward. Do you know what I mean? He's not very good at engaging in general conversations. He doesn't pick up on sarcasm. You know what I mean? He don't know when people are bantering. Like socially wise, he isn't mature, and that was what like maybe she was just trying to say, like, look, don't worry about it. You know what I mean? Like, okay, yeah, he's 9, but I've had loads of experience chaperoning, taking care of people, and he's in safe hands. You know what I mean? Like, we're gonna go there as friends and watch a movie, and like I said, I've had plenty of experience of like bringing people along and making sure they're all right, so no dramas. You know what I mean? But I understand where he's coming from because he's young and he wanted to see them as equals. It's kind of like a little bit of a dagger to the heart for him. Oh, has he tried holding her hand or putting his arm around her?
What are you doing?
What do you think I'm doing?
Move your arm before I rip it off.
It got a little uncomfortable. Libby's got feelings for me, but I think it's better we just stay friends.
I've been giving geology some more thought.
Yeah, and?
I've decided it's not really a science. Rock collecting. Childish, really.
I can
As
see
you
where
can
he's coming
see,
from.
Sometimes a person can be both incredibly intelligent and full of baloney.
I can see what he's trying to say though, because people who are not geologists do collect rocks. You know what I mean? Like people do collect. When I'm talking about geology, I just think about Bert, like, and the way he talks. Yeah, like literally, every time I think of geology, like his voice comes in my head, and then I'm just thinking, oh mate, Bert's going to be in a show with Denise and Stuart. How mad's that? Who would have thought that? Like it's crazy, but do you reckon that's the last time we see Libby now? I always say it in the shows, but like we drop people in, and she served the purpose in this episode. Obviously, she was like a good purpose and a focal point of the episode. His friendship obviously brought a side of Sheldon out, and also brought them, like the story of the episode of like going to the movies with an older kid and all that stuff. So like as a whole episode, it served its purpose and it was well. However, like moving forward, I'm always like in my head, if she's never in it again, I'm just like, oh mate, it would have been good if we used them all. You know what I mean? Like it's another character. I love recurring ones. If you've watched the channel before, recurring characters are great. They dip in, you enjoy them, they dip out, they come back in, they enjoy them, dip out. I mean, they've used Billy maybe 2 or 3 times in this so far, and every time he's in it, he's kind of pretty funny. He's only in it for a couple of seconds here and there, but I don't mind that. You know what I mean? It's interesting, and it was good to see him obviously make a friend today. kind of realise that, not that he's a child, but like there's levels, you know what I mean? Like he's a 9-year-old in high school, and there is people who are 17, 18 who are in there driving cars and stuff like that, and being friends with them is not really the type of friendship that you would expect. And you know, you can easily as well get offended and upset and hurt in certain situations because obviously you're not matured enough as well. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know, it's interesting. Tam makes me laugh as well, to be honest. I actually do like him. But another good episode, and I can't believe we're 50, honestly, 15 episodes in. That's crazy. Okay, that is gonna wrap up today's episode. Thanks so much for checking out our channel today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. 15 episodes in, pretty crazy, that saying out loud, isn't it? You know, it's absolutely flying. I think we only go to 22 episodes in this season, not 24 that we used to, so that means there's only 7 left, which is absolutely madness. It's literally like 1 full week in it. You know, it's crazy. And hopefully like you all have been enjoying it. Now again, it's interesting to see Sheldon in certain situations, because you have to remember that he is a child living in a grown-up world, basically. And, you know, his friends that he's going to be making are going to be much older than him. And, you know, the social situations and the places and the trips and, you know what I mean, the events that they all go to are not really going to be the best for him. And he's got to get his parents' permission, you know what I mean? Like, if it was me and you and your mates and that, and you were 16, 17, 18, and you wanted to go to the movies, sure, just get in the car and go, get on the bus and do whatever. You know, if it's Sheldon, he has to go and get permission from his mum. Then if she says, no, I'll take you, then he's embarrassed because he's getting dropped off by his mum, you know what I mean? And he don't want to be seen like as a mummy's boy. And it's just a round and round circle, and it's going to be tough for him, obviously, to adjust and get used to. However, from Mary's point of view, from a parent's side, you got to understand that she is doing the right thing, isn't she? You know, if I was in her position and I was told that my 9-year-old kid was driving an hour or 2 away with a college kid, I'd be scared as well. I wouldn't let it happen. So I'm not saying anything bad on her. I literally wouldn't let it happen myself. So I get it. And obviously Sheldon got a little bit hurt when she was saying that she's babysit kids all her life, and don't worry about it, Sheldon will be okay. Tam tried to shoot his shot, didn't actually work, and it seems like that's going to be the only time that we're going to see her in the show, Libby. Do you know what I mean? However, it was a good episode. I did enjoy it, and hopefully you guys did too. If you did, please smash like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.